I just made the best biscuits of my life. Not only that, we topped it with a homemade chorizo gravy, a little eggs on the side. Let's go. The time has come where I'm on my last pack of my favorite chorizo. We had mentioned in several videos before, we went out to Texas, that we found this chorizo and I absolutely love it. We've made recipes with it, and one idea that you came up with was, what about a chorizo gravy? The audience heard it and said, absolutely, let's see what you can do, let's see what you can do. And other people that have tried it said, your gravy is fine, like you can do it, yada, 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 yada. So here we are, chorizo breakfast gravy. To match my buttermilk biscuit idea, we're gonna add jalapenos and cheddar cheese, along with little eggs on the side. Fantastic breakfast for me, I'm looking forward to it. Quick prep work. We're going to dice about half that jalapeno. It's rather large, and we're going to grate about a 1/4 cup of the shredded cheese. Buttermilk. Frozen butter. Flour. This is all purpose, not self-rising. There's a big difference. Baking powder and salt. And we're going to form a dough. All right, once your dough starts coming together, we're going to start making layers. It's very important. This is how you get your, one part of getting your biscuits fluffy. So pat it out, and just gonna come in here and just fold it. You're gonna do this about 6 times. You can imagine each time you do this, it's picking up that extra flour. See that right there? And then you're folding on top of each other. So that's how you create your layers. Now that your layers are done, you're just gonna roll it out to about 3/4 inch, about a 1/4 inch. All right, after you're done with about 6 times, you just wanna pat it out. You can use a roller if you want to. I feel there's no really need to, but you want about 3/4 inch to an inch. And you want a good biscuit cutter. This has the rounded edge, you know, to protect your hand, but this is very sharp. So what you don't want to do is go down and twist. You want to go straight down. If you go straight down, we'll show you. See those layers? One last thing I see people doing, I'm using a very small sheet tray. This is an 1/8 sheet tray. You can use like a 10-inch round cast iron, probably even an 8-inch. But you don't necessarily want your biscuits touching, but you don't want a lot of space. The more space there is, the more air that gets in there, the more it dries out your biscuit. These biscuits need something to climb on. So if you just put them right up against the edge of your sheet tray, then it just helps kind of them to climb, and they'll climb on each other, which helps the rising process. With your leftover dough, you're gonna do the exact same thing. Just try to make sure that you're not working your dough too much, not handling it as much. See how there's no space right there? That's fine. This is your target area right there. So in the oven it goes at 400 degrees for roughly probably 10 to 15 minutes. Depends on like what size biscuit cutter you use, if you have convection or not. But we'll take them back out and start that gravy. 12 minutes later, you should have yourself some fantastic looking biscuits. If you want to brush them with butter, you can. If not, then don't. But I like a little topping on mine.
Spoiler alert, they're amazing.
Yeah, these are good. Nothing wrong with some homemade, old-fashioned buttermilk biscuits, jalapeno and cheddar. To the person that told me to add bacon grease when I make gravy, I've done it every single time since I've tried it. So don't knock it until you try it. Just a little bacon grease. And you're just looking to cook this chorizo all the way through. I like to get some brown bits on it because I feel like those brown bits are just like nuggets of gold. So that's what I'm gonna shoot for. All right, the chorizo is done. I'm gonna take half of the chorizo, just like that, kind of guess, save it. The rest half is gonna go in the gravy so we can top our biscuits and gravy with more chorizo. Like any gravy, it starts with flour to make a roux with that leftover fat on the bottom. Add a little milk, that way you can grab that fond off the bottom. Really work that bottom of the pan, that's where a lot of flavor is at. This should become super thick and we'll be able to add milk a little bit later for the consistency we need. Just turn the heat off. Remember, this will thicken as it cools. Now's the time to season. I'm a huge fan of black pepper, a little bit more than most in my gravies. So I like to go a little bit heavier. But adjust your salt content now, and then obviously taste as you go. It's exactly what you think it would taste like. Like a
Like a Mexican
like
sausage
chorizo
gravy.
Yeah, I mean, I think you use more salt than I anticipated considering the chorizo, but if in fact I'm having biscuits and gravy, you know dang well I'm having some over easy eggs. Little extra chorizo. And top that off with some. Before I even dive down in that, just look at these suckers. I mean, that is some biscuit 101 right there.
That is amazing.
That is.
I usually don't even eat biscuits, but
I mean, look how just tender they are.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I've been on this kick lately. You know, like when you go to Cracker Barrel and they've got it, I always put on my hash browns. So I found it in my local grocery store and I'm like, oh yeah. So we'll just douse one of those. I'm a big fan of it. Really and truly, the only reason why I put jalapeno and cheddar in these biscuits was because of the trying to mirror those flavors of Mexican style flavors. So you can leave that out if you want to.
Like I had anything to do with that.
I don't think it's going to overtake my Tennessee Pride Southern gravy, but it's so uniquely different. It's fantastic. I'm a huge chorizo fan to begin with, so this is right up my alley. There we go. That's why you guys inspire us. We give it out there. You guys kind of comment and let us know what you want to see, and hopefully this dish right here does it for you. Oh, you know what? This would be perfect on like a breakfast enchilada with a chorizo gravy.
Ooh.
It's funny how much the jalapeno actually comes through. You wouldn't expect it to come through that much.
Dang.
Find us on Instagram, find us on Facebook. Last but not least, there's a join button down below. It's a membership program, and we thank each and every one of you for taking time for doing so. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press the subscribe button, pound the notification button, share with your friends. Peace. But I'm gonna chow down.
Golly,
More gravy, more chorizo.
that's good, baby.